on this episode of Living Well Uintah Basin. On Beyond the Couch, we cover the Click in Your Step event in Duchesne that raises money to aid those who are fighting cancer. On Dish by Dish, Jason Webb makes a breakfast tart with eggs and bacon to cover your breakfast favorites. Living Well Uintah Basin, presented by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Also made possible by Warriors Warehouse and Uintah Recreation District. Living Well Beyond the Couch.
So tonight is a Click in Your Step walk, and this is an annual event that we have here in Duchesne. We ask businesses and community members to pledge money to the charity, and for every $5 that is pledged, we promise to walk a lap for that. And so we just keep track of it. This year we have 2,651 laps to walk, and we are busy doing that right now.
If presented with the opportunity to donate and to give, people would. And that if we would just manage those funds wisely and make sure they get to the right people, we hope that this would be able to be an ongoing thing, which it has. This is our 6th cancer walk. And we have some awesome support, and we're able to help a lot of families. So it's really been a way for us to give back with the support that we received when we were with Rick's mom, and then also a way to just pay forward what we have now.
So last year we raised $78,000, and we were able to distribute $73,000 to people in the Uintah Basin who are fighting cancer, which last year was a fantastic year. That was our biggest year. This year it's quite a bit smaller. We might get around half of that, but we will make do with what we have and distribute whatever we have, and whatever the community is able to donate to the charity, then we'll just give that right back to people who are fighting cancer.
About a little over a year ago, we were having trouble with this little guy. He was not feeling too well a lot of the time and griping a lot, and I didn't think anything much of it. But Rochelle, my wife, had the intuition to know that something was wrong, and she had a strong feeling for a long time, and finally she couldn't take it anymore, and she finally got him out to where he needed to be, the Primary Children's Hospital, and they found a brain tumor in the back of in between his brainstem and cerebellum, the size of a tangerine, and they removed that within the next short few hours. And it's been a long, hard journey ever since then, with a lot of radiation and chemotherapy. He's towards the latter end of it, and he's really fought really hard through it and just done a great job. He's our cowboy. We call him our cowboy. His name's Stetson. And he's something else. I'll tell you what, it's been a tough one for him, a lot tougher for him than it has been for us. I mean,
definitely.
Well, every year we do what we call a run for the fund, and what that involves is we try to generate funds for charity, whether it be the veterans, or the last year we got the police in Roosevelt body cameras. We got enough money generated to be able to purchase all the cameras they needed. And so this year we decided to partner up with KLIC, and they're an amazing group doing an amazing work there. And so this year we're trying to raise money for them, and what we do is kind of what they do. All the proceeds that come in go directly to the charity. So right now we're kind of ahead of the curve. We got our food costs all covered, we got our park paid for, we have our permits, all that stuff, all that taken care of. So we're just ahead of trying to get ahead of the game and get that going. Last year we raised $6,800, hoping this year we can maybe make more than that, So we're excited to see what we can do. It's August 15th, and you don't have to ride a motorcycle to participate, although the run starts at 10 o'clock in the morning out at Constitution Park. There'll be donuts and refreshments. And we'll take off on our run, come back to the park where there'll be a barbecue, there'll be special speakers. We'll have these guys from KLIC come up and share, maybe have a survivor or two talk. And then we usually have raffles. We raffle off AR-15s or something juicy, you know, some kind of gun or something. So we're excited about just having good prizes and having a great time, good food, and raising money for a fantastic cause, because everybody's affected by cancer, everybody.
All of us are volunteers. Everybody, we made that commitment when we started the charity. We don't want any money that's donated to be going to somebody to do something. You know, we want volunteers to run this organization. So we're always looking for help if somebody's willing to file our taxes for us, or help organize an event, help with publicity, you know, anything. If you're good at anything and wouldn't mind volunteering your time, that would be really appreciated by us.
Fitness would like to thank you for your years of patronage. We at Warriors Warehouse are happy to take over the legacy of Freedom Fitness and will support you for years to come. Stop in today.
Finding a family physician can be time-consuming and frustrating. Ashley Regional Medical Center has a solution. Dr. Matt Bowen. Dr. Bowen is a family practice physician and opened his practice in August of 2014. Dr. Bowen is skilled in all aspects of family medicine, from pediatrics to geriatrics, and can treat you and your family for anything from coughs and flu to high blood pressure. Call 781-1200 for appointments.
Living Well Health and Wellness Tip, brought to you by Warriors Warehouse.
So the tip today is in relation to biomechanics and muscle growth. So when we're talking about biomechanics, the easiest way to break that down is into levers and line of resistance. So when we're talking about a tricep contraction, in this portion of the movement, the lower arm is your lever, and the line of resistance is going to be the cable itself. With the free weight, that's going to be the gravity. So what you want to remember is you want to put maximal force on the muscle during the fully contracted and or shortened positions of the muscle and the fully stretched portion of the muscle. So when you're looking at this, so the line of resistance is going to produce maximal load when it's perpendicular to the lever. So in this case, you would want to position yourself a little further back from the machine, and then as you can see, as you pull down, you have about a 90-degree angle here, so that's producing maximal force right here in this position. Whereas if you step closer, the maximal force is occurring more at the top part of the movement when you're in the fully stretched position. So by utilizing that, you're going to get better results because it's going to make the muscle work harder and it's going to produce better muscle growth.
Come see us at 1060 West Market Drive, Suite 1, right behind McDonald's and Smith's.
Living Well, Dish by Dish.
Welcome back to Dish by Dish. I'm your host, Jason Webb. Today we're going to do another breakfast recipe. This one's a little bit easier. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese tart. Now you remember a couple episodes ago I did a tart recipe with pears. This one is going to be a little bit more on the breakfast side. So what we've got here is we've got our tarts already cooked. Basically, it's just puff pastry. Roll it out on a cookie sheet or on your countertop. Cut it into 6 or 4ths or however big you want to make them. Curl in the corners, press them down, and then as it cooks, it's going to kind of butterfly out a little bit. So that's what we've got here. What it does is it makes a little well in the middle for all the rest of the ingredients. What I've got today on these is we're going to be doing Swiss cheese. You can do Havarti, which is a really, really nice cheese that goes good with this. Or if your family's not into white cheeses, feel free to do any other cheese you want. You can do American, you can do cheddar, whatever your family likes. This one is not too specific. If you want to go light on it, you can even go without the cheese. But the cheese makes a little bit of a reservoir for the egg. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them inside the cheese, and then you're just going to crack the egg right inside that cheese. And that cheese is going to make a little well for it. Whoop. You got to be careful on some of these. It's going to want to run on you. Presentation won't be quite as nice on that one, but that's all right. And once we get all the eggs into place, then you can dress them up however you see fit. Again, you can do this a lot the same way with your omelets and add in whatever ingredients you want. This one I'm going to do similar to what we had before and do bacon, sausage, and cheese. Or excuse me, bacon, spinach, and cheese. So we're just gonna sprinkle that on. And while you're doing this, you can get your oven preheated for 350 degrees. And these will go in the oven for about 10 minutes. What you're gonna look for in this is however you want your eggs. If you want them sunny side up, obviously you won't leave them in there for very long. If you wanna do over hard, you're gonna leave them in a little bit longer. Just kind of have one on the side that's not pretty like that one. And you can test it out, the egg, and see how far it's gone. And then this is Parmesan cheese that gives it a little bit of a crunch on the top. And then we're gonna throw these into the oven. It's gonna bake for about 10 minutes is where I go. And I go for the over medium. So your yolk is gonna be a little bit hard, but it'll be a little bit runny as well. So anyway, that's what they look like. We'll toss them in the oven. When we come back, we'll get them ready for plating. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. As you can tell, we've got them all nice and puffy. The eggs are cooked to about that medium hard stage. So we'll go ahead and plate one of these up and see how they turned out. The crust looks so flaky. And that egg, yep, looks like it's over hard. A little bit more crunchier than I wanted. Look at how flaky that crust is, though. Absolutely amazing. We're gonna cut into this and get a little bit of that egg. So just puff pastry. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. The egg is so fluffy when it's baked. Gives it a different texture. And that crust, absolutely beautiful, flaky. Bacon's amazing. Spinach is awesome. Great dish. That's all the time we have for this episode of Dish by Dish. Thanks again for joining us. And remember to always tip your server, and that includes your pizza boy. We'll see you next time.
Be sure to like us on Facebook for updates on VTV Channel 6 programming. Don't forget, you can watch current and previous episodes of Living Well on demand at vtvchannel6.com. And while you're there, be sure to send us an idea for an upcoming episode. If you enjoy Living Well Uintah Basin, please take the opportunity to reach out and thank the local, community-minded businesses that make it possible. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Warriors Warehouse, and Uintah Recreation District. Until next time, live well and stay healthy, Uintah Basin.